Event number 2 of the Chasing Better Throwdown program by Range of Motion. Now in event 1, we required cardiorespiratory endurance to be able to show off your ability with the barbell and your ability in a more complex gymnastics-based movement on the rings. Now in event 2, we are requiring speed and power to be able to demonstrate your ability with cardiorespiratory endurance. So you can see we're starting to flip around, but you still have to get through one element of fitness to prove your competency in another. This event basically removes your option and your ability to over-strategize, to over-pace. So once athletes get to a certain point, they realize that starting off slower and pacing and being intelligent with their strategy is the best way to go. And what this normally looks like is at the beginning of an event, you will be trying to make it more aerobic because you can therefore recover your ability to be able to create these muscle contractions. So it starts aerobic. Then as you get towards the end of an event, you can start to push anaerobic, where you have a higher yield of energy, which means you can operate, do more work in less time, but then you start to hit the wall. Of course, at the end, if you hit the wall, then it's fine because you don't have to stay fresh because you're at the end. However, with this, because we've removed your option to pace and strategize, I think this is, or at least the intent is that this is a pure test of fitness, of your recoverability, as opposed to a test of how well you can pace and strategize. So initially, this is a speed event. So we're flipping this traditional model of aerobic and then getting more anaerobic as we go, which would be smart pacing. We're flipping this model around and now going anaerobic at the start, really testing that phosphocreatine system, your speed, your power. Then it starts to turn more aerobic as you go, as you try to hold on. You've probably already crossed that anaerobic threshold, so it will get pretty painful here. Again, this is an opportunity to show off and to test your cardiorespiratory endurance, but you don't get the right to test that and to show off how good your fitness is if you don't have the speed first. So for this 1500, traditionally we would see athletes starting aerobic and building anaerobic. This flips it around, puts the anaerobic straight away, and then we can see if they can hold on. So what we'd expect with this one is that if you are a slow runner, you don't have that top end power and speed, you'll probably finish down the bottom of the pack because you have to get through that speed to be able to work your way up the leaderboard. Sprinters will probably finish in the middle of the pack because sprinters will be able to survive those first few eliminations and then hold on, but then they'll hit that anaerobic threshold, that point where the body starts to get saturated with these hydrogen ions, this acid in the body. We'd expect those guys to finish in the middle of the pack. The people who are going to win here are the people who can move fast, who can sprint, but they also have a high anaerobic threshold. So they can push to the point where they can continue to buffer the acid out of their blood as they're going with this. So look for the sprinters with a high anaerobic threshold. Surprise, surprise, the well-balanced athletes should take this one out.